Their streak, it comes to an end. They had an unbeaten win streak, or I should just say unbeaten streak at home in Premier League matches that ends at 69. They had gone 68 games unbeaten at home, 1-0 loss to Burnley. Least suspecting to end that streak, that's for sure. But guys, they're struggling when it comes to actually pulling off full-off wins. They're struggling when it comes to scoring. In fact, their last goal, December 27th. Their last win, December 19th. A big one, 7-0 over Crystal Palace. So, Ollie, are you ready to write off Liverpool as title contenders?
I don't think so just yet, but you have to say, what a 24 hours it's been for Gareth Wheeler. Liverpool lose, Kevin De Bruyne is out for 4 to 6 weeks, Jamie Vardy's out for a few weeks. It's all coming up Manchester United right now. Unbelievable. But no, I don't think you can fully rule Liverpool out. We've seen pretty much every team have a bad spell at one point or another this season. Man City started with only 3 wins in their first 8 games. Man United started with 2 wins in 6 games, so this is a bit worse than that for sure, winless in 5, and the goal-scoring problems that Liverpool are having. But you wouldn't put it past them if they can figure things out to go on a run, and they're still only 6 points adrift of top spot. So I don't think you can rule them out at this point. But you can certainly understand Jurgen Klopp saying that, you know, he can't be talking about titles right now with the team playing the way they are. And in fact, you have to start to have a little bit of anxiety if you're a Liverpool fan about just qualifying for the Champions League, because there's so many teams up there in the mix now. Spurs, Everton, Chelsea, if they can get back into things as well. So not qualifying for the Champions League would be a catastrophe for Liverpool on a financial level. This isn't a club that spends massive money in the way that Manchester City can and other clubs in Europe can. So that's becoming a little bit of a concern right now, and that's the first thing they've got to take care of, I think, before they start thinking about getting back into the title race.
Piggybacking on where you were going, Ollie, would it be fair to say that Liverpool are more in a top 4 battle than they are in contention to win the league right now? Yeah. Because based on the table, that's what's staring them in the face. Everton has 2 games in hand. They're just 2 points back or 3 points back of Liverpool. Spurs are right behind them, and they played less games as well. So if those 2 clubs come away with just 1 result, then they leapfrog Liverpool, pushing them down to 6th place. And look, they're an incredible club. They have wonderful players. But the question is why this is happening. I think the service from the flanks, Trent Alexander-Arnold, he didn't complete a cross. He took 18 of them against Burnley. He's given away the ball 118 times in the last 4 games. He is completely regressed. Robertson, the counterbalance on the other side, not providing production either. The players up top, they rely so heavily on Salah and Mane. The depth isn't there. Klopp doesn't trust the depth. And what they lack, Ollie, what Manchester United and Man City have, and even a Leicester and James Maddison, is that dynamic playmaker in the middle of the park. The midfielders of Liverpool, they just do a lot of running. They're efficient on pressing high. But when you need to unlock a back 4, they simply just don't have that player that provides those attributes that are required for me to break down teams stubborn defensively, who kind of found out Liverpool to a certain degree, sitting back deeper and willing to gamble to a certain degree.
Well, you have to wonder then if it's prime time to crush some dreams. So we know the FA Cup, it's a 12-round competition, and heading into the 4th round, it's going to be Manchester United versus Liverpool. So time for some real good gamesmanship here, Gareth. Time for United to just assert some dominance in this FA Cup game on Sunday?
Yeah, I'd say so. I think it's a great chance to put your foot on the jugular. And look, Manchester United, the criticism of them is they haven't beat one of the perceived top 6 teams over the course of this Premier League season as of yet. But going out against Liverpool, how much does Jurgen Klopp rotate? I know he said this week that he doesn't understand the word fatigue and that the group isn't tired, but you're going to have to rotate to a certain degree. But so does Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Like, now the Premier League becomes the priority for this group to go on and try to win this. They play Sheffield United Wednesday. They play Arsenal next week, and that's 3 games in a week. I think he's going to have to rotate a little bit as well. But if you look at the depth of both Liverpool and Manchester United right now, you really have to like the options available to Solskjaer and United more than you do Liverpool. So I'd fancy United to be favorites heading into the FA Cup tie this weekend.
Yeah, the little risk, I think, for Manchester United, though, is that they get a bit too carried away with Liverpool's form and their own form, and they maybe change the way they've played in these big games. You know, they've gone into the Man City game at Old Trafford, the Liverpool game recently at Anfield, and played very cautiously, I think, and very defensively, and it's not been great to watch, but it's been effective. You know, they've come away with results in those games, and they've stopped teams like Liverpool from really gaining any sort of momentum. So if it was me, I'd be doing my Mourinho act and going into this game pretty defensively if I was Solskjaer. Just make their lives difficult. Don't give them any easy momentum in this competition, even if it doesn't mean a particularly spectacular Manchester United performance.